tomorrow evening, I'll be doing a live show from the studio, but there's no reason to not do these live walk shows. So talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. See people tuning in, deeply appreciated. One of the big things is how do you pack for backpacking. So I've got an exhaustive video on that, but just wanted to share some pointers. So one thing you want to do as you pack your gear, you want to inventory it. So what I do is I just pull out the Notes app on my iPhone, and every item that goes into the backpack, I add to my notes. And then that way, as I pack, I can audit everything that's put in there. Welcome aboard. Zulkermeen, welcome aboard. Welcome. So that way you've got a running inventory of everything in your backpack. So before you hit the trailhead, you know if you pack something or if you forgot it. So that's good. I always like to do it as I pack. Phone camera front side. Yeah, this is just my walk show, man. I just walk around and talk. But I will be doing a live studio show tomorrow evening with professional lighting and professional microphones and video and all that. But yeah, this is just a walk show. So packing, and then that way, as you pack your frame pack, you know that what you've got in your pack. And what I do, I use individual lightweight dry sacks. They help with compression. You can better compress your compressible items. And then also, if it did rain or if something unforeseen occurred, and I never suggest putting your beverages and stuff inside of your frame pack, but if you do, if those are in a separate lightweight dry bag or stuff sack that's somewhat water resistant, it may help you. I'm travel vlogger, travel walking, high demand in the world. No doubt, man. Travel vlogging's where it's at. And backpacking, that's a big adventure travel component because you got everything on your back. But yeah, if you keep it all in separate stuff sacks, then that way if one of them did, if you had something in there that could leak, it may not get your other stuff wet. Also, it helps with when Pakistan country not a working traveling. Yeah, gotcha. So there's a lot of mountains over there, aren't there? A lot of mountains to hike. Yeah, keep it in separate stuff sacks, and then that way, as you're on the trail, you can pull out stuff sacks and be very well organized. You know what's in each sack. That's something else I do. I use different color stuff sacks inside of my backpack. And then that way, in my notes, if I don't remember it, I'll remember that, the orange or the green stuff sack is rain gear. The blue stuff sack is a change of clothes. And then the other stuff sack is snack items and that sort of thing. Your foot watch in front of view people on the street. Yeah, there's nothing to look at here. This is just, I'm in Georgia, there's nothing to see. So I just do it like this, man. But and in that way you can quickly pull out the gear that you need. Also, when you're on the trail, since you've got stuff in stuff sacks inside of your pack, you're less likely to lose stuff. Versus a lot of inexperienced or, first-time backpackers that just throw it all in the main compartment of their pack. Anytime they open their pack, the probability of something falling out and them losing it is quite high. And that happens to a lot of people. But, once you've done it for a few times, you realize that the individual highly water-resistant stuff sacks, not dry bags, those are heavy, but just the thin and, somewhat highly water-resistant stuff sacks, they can help with compression. They can help with identifying where your items are inside of your pack. And again, they could help, if you hit a really bad rainstorm, if the outer part of your pack leaked, they may better prevent your items within from getting wet. So, for that reason, it's important to to use stuff sacks inside of your backpack. That's just how I like to do it. And again, inventory all the items in each stuff sack, notate the color, you know, get a variety of different colors and also different sizes. You know, I've found that, you know, certain stuff sacks are too small, but if you get them that are kind of small and get an abundance of those, then you can more easily organize those stuff sacks to maximize the volume of your pack. So, you know, if you get one really big stuff sack, it's just pretty much going to fill it all up. But if you get a lot of somewhat small stuff sacks, you can put them in different positions. You can, you know, really maximize that space. Now I use a Wilderness Guides backpack, so it's excessively large. It's 105 liters, I think. Well, my teacher Muhammad interviews social selling in the world. LinkedIn Genius USA, Atlanta, Georgia, remote job. Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia is a busy place, man. It's not far away. Now the traffic in Atlanta, Georgia is horrendous. I would never live in Atlanta, Georgia. I live quite a ways outside of Atlanta, Georgia, just because of the traffic, because it's just too much. I don't like dealing with traffic, so it's just personal preference. I can't stand being stuck in traffic. It's just a waste of time, man. Well, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of fuel, and it's just frustrating. You know, I like to come and go. So, yeah, but packing a backpack, man, for backpacking, you know, keep that inventory going, and also never forget to charge your batteries. You know, something that I do, I use USB rechargeable headlamp. I've got obviously my Apple Watch and my USB rechargeable iPhone. I take a solar battery bank. Before I go, I make sure the solar battery bank is about, is all the way fully charged. Then that way, if I need to top off my Apple Watch, my smartphone, my headlamp, you know, everything was already charged, but I can recharge those devices as needed. And if I need to replenish the battery in the USB battery bank, it has solar panel on it. So in sunlight, you know, I can recharge it, and then, you know, I've got renewable off-the-grid energy. You know, not a lot because it's small and lightweight, but it can get you through potentially crazy times. So, yeah, that's important. Always take a water filter. You always want to be able to filter your water. Never, even if you think it looks clean, keep in mind you can't see the microorganisms in the water. So, you know, you don't want to drink water out of a stream. I know a lot of people that do it, but, you know, even at high altitude, I don't feel safe drinking unfiltered water, because what can happen is microorganisms can make you sick. Then you got diarrhea and you dehydrate, and, you know, you got to hike out of there. You can't just, you can't stay there. So if you get diarrhea, dehydrate, you run out of food, you could die, man, and that wouldn't be good. So, you know, for that reason, check out my separate video. I've got a review of it, just a little water filter that I can put in the water source, the stream. Never use stagnant water or anything like that, but I can put in the stream and and filter water to drink. Now, what I do out of best practice, I filter the water and then I boil the water. So by doing so, by filtering it, I'm removing a lot of the discoloration and the sediment and potentially all of the microorganisms. But by boiling it for a few minutes, I'm then further purifying that water, you know, increasing the likelihood that there won't be anything that'll make me sick in it. Again, filtered water, you're probably okay if you're using a proper filter. But if you want to be extra safe, you know, there's nothing wrong with boiling it also. And you know, people boil water for, I think it's, a lot of people have different opinions. I boil it for like 3 or 4 minutes, but some people may boil it longer. You know, if you're in a pinch and you forgot your filter, you could always, you know, run the stream water through like a t-shirt or something to kind of filter out the sediment. and then you could boil the water, you know, so you've gotten a lot of the discoloration and the sediment out. And Cal C, dude, welcome aboard, Cal C. Always good to have you. And then you boil it and it's safe to drink or cook with. I do dehydrated meals. They're lightweight, you know, super easy to pack. So yeah, it's wristwatch check. Polsky. I'm not wearing a watch. I'm wearing an Apple fitness tracker right now. Yeah, I don't. This is the time I use the Apple fitness tracker. I don't call it the Apple Watch because I don't consider it to be a watch. I consider it to be a fitness tracker. I like it. It's cool, but it's for fitness only. You know, I don't use it for anything else. So that's just, you know, again, personal preference. So fitness tracker. Yep, the Apple fitness tracker. That's what it is. That's what it is to me. I wore the Ulysse Nardin Maxi Marine Diver. That was the yeah, the day that Rolex makes a smartwatch, I'm gonna be irritated, man. Hopefully they never will. Kyle C, good knives, multi-tools are a cool little hobby as well. Yeah, I love taking a multi-tool when I backpack. Also, something that I like, and check out my videos, it's a pocket chainsaw. And to hear that, you might think, oh, that sounds gimmicky. But honestly, all that I carry into the backcountry now is the pocket chainsaw. I used to carry a collapsible saw and the paddock calorie counter complication. But that'd be funny. But now I just carry the pocket chainsaw because it's lightweight and I can saw through. I mean, I've sawed through huge deadfall. And you can make a lot. The good thing about it, you can quickly saw through huge, well, not huge, but large deadfall. And you can, you know, cut it to the length, because keep in mind, in a lot of areas, especially in the, you know, in the Appalachian Mountains, a lot of areas there's designated backcountry campsites. So you've got a fire ring, and you've got to cut it sort of fit in there. You can't burn outside of the fire ring. Polsky says, take that saw and cut those wires on your walk. Yeah, those wires, man, that's sloppy category 5 cable. They just left it out in the street, man. It's been there for like years. We got an RJ45 on the end of one of them. You know, you're almost tempted to plug in and see how secure their devices are on their network. I mean, if they're so security conscious that that their wires are just dangling out in the street with RJ45 attached, if they're that security conscious, you know, their workstations and servers are probably not hardened in any way. If they are, it's probably like a generic password. It's just funny, man. Some people just don't think about communications. I mean, some people just don't think about security at all. I mean, you don't have to be paranoid, but I mean, exercise a little bit of common sense. Don't just dangle your Cat 5 cables out on the street. I mean, come on. It's just ignorant. And it looks sloppy. But, you know, everybody does it their own way, I guess. So, yeah, we got to do a timepieces for tomorrow live show. Like I said, everyone. And I'm going to send out the invite this evening for Friday evening. I'm going to have a Friday evening live show, and you'll have to, again, check it out and see all of the, you know, if you want to tune in live, I'll post a Skype link when the show starts. Obviously, this will be a show from the studio. What watch do you go camping with? You know, that's funny. I don't wear a watch when I camp. I wear the Apple Fitness Tracker, because the Apple Fitness Tracker tracks my elevation gained. It tracks my estimated calories burned. What gets me is that Apple Fitness Tracker doesn't have an integrated thermometer. One would think that there would be some sort of thermometer in there, because sometimes, well, a lot of the times, you know, when I'm especially camping at elevation, number one, there's no cell service because you're out in the middle of nowhere. And without cell service, you can't see the temperature. Because there was one night, you know, temperature drops every 1,000 feet or so. Yeah, stop hyping up the Apple Watch. Every 1,000 feet or so, temperature drops by, I think it's 5 or 7 degrees. So, you know, it's a situation where it can get really cold. Even if it's not cold at lower elevations, you know, potentially, let's say hypothetically, it's only 30 degrees Fahrenheit. When you get up in elevation, you could be down below zero. And then you factor in the wind chill. I nearly had frostbite one time. It was it was very very cold. Fortunately, I had good gear, and I was aware of what was going on. But I mean, it could have been very bad. It could have been, you know, if you were out there and you didn't have gear, or if you fell in a pond or something on the way to the campsite and you couldn't build a fire, you could easily become hypothermic very quickly. And when that happens, you know, you can lose toes, fingers, you can lose everything. I mean, pretty much. So gotta take the cold into account. And that's why I think this Apple Fitness tracker would be great if it had a thermometer built in. That way I can be like, okay, well, it's dangerously cold. I need to, you know, be more aware or whatever. But yeah, so we're gonna do that timepieces for tomorrow live show Friday night. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to get the invite out. Going to get the invite out for it this evening. And I was thinking about doing a live show from the studio this evening, but I'm not, because we're going to do it tomorrow night and make it just an awesome live show with a ton of people. And again, if you want to tune in, I will post the Skype link when the show starts. I'll post it in the chat section of the live show, and we'll just have a good time, talk about wristwatches, talk about everything. So that's a show I enjoy. Who's the guest? Archie? Well, actually, Archie and I link up quite a bit for shows, but I want to get a lot of other guests. You know, I don't necessarily want to. If you want to be a guest, it'd be awesome. I know that Hybrid Life and Trevor, they're often on. Marcello, he joined one, but I'd like to get a lot of people on. I think that would be awesome to have, 5, 6 or more guests in Skype. Just be a really cool conversation. Because that's the thing, you can host a show and you can respond to viewers' comments that they're typing in the chat box. That's great. But once you have a lot of guests live, it becomes more conversational, and it also creates a lot more questions for people that aren't live on the show. They're just in the live chat and asking questions and responding to comments from the various people on the show. So just makes it more interactive, makes it more fun for the viewers, makes it more fun for the hosts. When I'm hosting these shows, I like hosting them. That's my thing, but I like, chatting with people, and different perspectives are great, when you're dealing with, especially with any sort of hobby, especially, wristwatches, because there's so many different types of collectors. There's so many different types of motivations. Some people, they want, they want to go with sports watch only. And then some people, all they want are the dress watches. Some people want a diversified collection. Some people they're collecting complications. So, maybe that person would do a moon phase, they would do a power reserve, they would do a annual calendar, they would do a no date, they would do a date, they would do insert various other complications here. Alarm complication, that's a cool complication. Actually, the Tudor Advisor is one that comes to mind, and J.J. LeCoultre has a master control series that I think was it the Memovox that has the alarm. So that's kind of cool. So, but yeah, just getting all the different types of collectors together and speaking, or not speaking, but interacting. I'm ready to see your REM collection. Yeah, that's not, unless they ship those to me to review, I will not be not be doing that. I don't know. I've just never. There's something about the design of those. It's just, I don't like the shape. Well, see, here's the thing. I'd love to if I like square rectangular wristwatches, I'd love to get a Reverso. But that's why I got the Master Control, because I tried on the Reverso and it's just not, regardless of the size, if I went with a a larger one or a smaller one, I mean, it just wasn't for me, the rectangular shape. So and that's the thing, same thing with the RMs, man. It's just like, well, there goes your RM sponsorship, no doubt. Yeah, but hey, they could change my mind if they wanted to send me a piece to review. I'd be happy to talk about it and compare it to a Casio G-Shock or something. Yeah, I don't know, but Hybrid Life, obviously a super collector. He's picking up the Starbucks, so that's pretty cool. And that's the thing. I mean, well, we're gonna go into a lot of depth tomorrow night during Timepieces for Tomorrow live show, but it's just, there's so many different paths that people can take within the wristwatch collecting arena, within the wristwatch collecting space rather. So yeah, we'll chat about all of it. Again, mark your calendars when I post that live show invitation later this evening. Mark your calendars and be sure to tune in on Skype if you can, because that'll be awesome. To have a bunch of people on the show. But yeah, just as usual, just burning some fat, man. I got my Apple Fitness tracker on the wrist and just burning some fat, man. Got some paint on my pants. Speaking of that, do you know of something that you can spray on athletic, like these pants? They're made out of, what's it called, polyester. Do you know of something you can spray on it to remove latex paint? I mean, I don't care. I mean, yeah, I've got paint spots on my shorts, but who cares? Do you think certain watches go best for certain body types? Yeah, my thing is I like to drink, sometimes I like to drink Natty Light, sometimes I like to drink a good whiskey or good scotch. Not much for desserts. Stay away from, Polsky says, speaking of fat people like himself. Yeah, I mean, if you like to eat and you like to drink and this, that, and the other, probably the best watch would be, one that comes to mind is a James Cameron Deep Sea Dweller. That's a good option. Something else that comes to mind is a Breitling. Breitling's good if you like to, eat and drink. You can wear a Breitling. It's kind of a chunkier watch to go well with the food choices and beverage choices. Also, let's see what else comes to mind. Let's think about this. Oh, the Omega Pro Plof. You could do the Pro Plof. You could do, if you wanted to really look fat, you could wear like a Calatrava or something. That's what Archibald Chesterfield III does. He wears the Paddock. But I think the best, something at least 42 millimeters on the small end. And I'd say, for that, for a person that eats and drinks a lot, go with a 44 or something. Panerai, PAM. Just go with the basic, PAM 112. You don't need all the GMT stuff and you just need a simple PAM manual wind. Polsky says, LOL, a football linebacker wearing a Paddock Calatrava. Yeah, I mean, it'd be pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, and then you got your AP Royal Oak Offshore, the really big ones. And I'm not a fan of any, well, I'm a fan of the Panerai. Panerai is actually, it was funny because I got the 112 and it was actually, that was pretty, I was not saying hard to find, but it was a more difficult reference to find. So, obviously I jumped on it, and I think Panerai is kind of coming back. They they had a lot of problems. They were acquired by Richemont, and then they got into too many limited editions. Yeah, I would in Polsky I would say 40 on the small end, but realistically 42 or bigger would be my personal recommendation. I wear anywhere from 39. Well, the optimal size is 39 to 42, but I do wear 44, and then also a 47 millimeter. 47 is the largest that I wear, and that's a Super Avenger. That's a boat anchor on the wrist, man. It really is. But it's cool. It's got a Valjoux 7750 chronograph, so it's pretty cool. But yeah. So Polsky, let me ask you, and let me ask all the viewers out there, what would you wear? What's the best if you're going swimming in the ocean? What's the best wristwatch to wear if you're going swimming in salt water? There may be some big waves. What would you wear and why? Think about that one. Think. I'll tell you what I'll wear in the ocean. I'll wear the PAM 112, the Sub 114060, the Tudor Black Bay 58, the Ulysse Nardin Maxi Marine Diver, the Breitling Super Ocean Heritage 2, the Omega Seamaster 300M. Those are all fine. Polsky says AP Royal Oak Offshore Diver. Hey, that's a good choice. Only thing about those Royal Oak Offshores is that thing that concerns me about them, they got a lot of those funky plasticky and carbon, all these different materials. I want something that's stainless steel that, as soon as I get out of that salt water, I can just dump it in a bathtub with fresh water and scrub it off, because even with stainless steel, you probably, not that it would corrode, but it's probably best practice to just, give that wristwatch a bath after you take it out of the salt water. I'll soak them, I'll put them in the sink of fresh water. Polsky says mainly cause rubber strap. I don't like swimming in steel bracelet. Yeah, I use a rubber strap on my PAM 112. It's actually very comfortable in the water, and the cool thing is that it's I don't know, tracker that I have on right now. It's nice on the rubber strap. Yep, it sure is. I just don't. Outside of the pool though, I don't like wearing something on the rubber strap. It just, unless you're going to the pool. But if you have no intentions of going to the pool, or if it's winter, well, I guess technically, if you were going to go to the after ski party or something, and you were wearing a rubber strap, that'd be okay, because you could just dive right into the hot tub with your rubber strap. So yeah, that's I think a rubber strap's okay. I don't have anything against it, but there's something about a bracelet, man. Stainless steel bracelet. And that goes to say that as far as stainless steel bracelets go, nobody can make a better stainless steel bracelet than Rolex. And that's talking about the current references. Back before they added the glide lock and the good clasp and the good solid end links, wasn't that great. Polsky says the RM 28 diver is nice, but I don't have that. He said that's titanium. If you're looking for titanium, and again, I'm not a titanium fan, but if you like it, one to consider is the Tudor Pelagos. The Tudor Pelagos. It's made out of titanium, It's big. You know, so you were talking about, you know, something, you know, a big wristwatch. That would be a big one. That's lightweight, and it's even got a clasp on it that there's a setting on it where you can enable it to adjust itself. So you drink and eat a lot, you get kind of fat. You know, that titanium bracelet will expand, and if you kind of get, you know, thin wrist again, it'll contract, which is kind of cool. Yeah, you need to look it up, Tudor Pelagos. And tomorrow during the live stream, I'll pull that up. It's one I actually tried on in Providenciales in the Turks and Caicos. I tried it on and I liked it, but what I disliked about it is that at the time I was wearing a Ulysse Nardin Maxi Marine Diver 42.7 millimeter, so it had some weight to it. Stainless steel case, stainless steel bracelet. So when I tried on the Pelagos and titanium, it was something physically larger, but it felt so light. And in my mind, you know, if I'd been wearing something lightweight when I walked in there, I may have liked it, because cosmetically it looked cool. I think both are great. You know, both the blue and the black, they have a matte ceramic bezel. So, you know, it's not a shiny bezel, but it's ceramic, so it may have, you know, it may be more, probably is more scratch resistant than aluminum, without a doubt. And it looks really good. And what you may not realize about that is that the Pelagos has lume built into the bezel. So, you know, it's, that thing at night, man, is, and, you know, you turn the lights out, it is impressive. So, you know, that's I don't think you can go wrong with blue or black. My only wish is that they had the LHD, the left-hand drive reference of the Pelagos. If they had the LHD, that would be a great one, because it has the red on the dial. And, you know, as you know, with you know, with Rolex and Tudor, the presence of red often you know, makes a piece more collectible. So, but unfortunately, at least currently, that red is only present in the LHD, which is a left-hand drive. Can you wear an LHD on your left hand? You could, but the crown's going to be facing up, and maybe that's what you want. I mean, I don't know. I think the LHD is the best looking one, but personally, it would drive me nuts thinking that the crown was in the wrong location. But it may not be the case for everyone. You know, you may want the crown on the, you know, on the side opposite your hand. I mean, who knows? Oh, Polsky, you're left-handed, man. That's it. Yeah, the Tudor Pelagos LHD, man. Check that out. Now, the LHD one is only in black, but of the two, although both look great, I think that the black LHD with the red on the dial, that's the ticket, man. If you're going with the Tudor Pelagos, that would be the ticket. And you know, just again, my opinions, and it's not for me because it is titanium. I'm not a titanium fan, but if I was, and they had both the blue and the black, and I liked them both. But again, since it was titanium, it just didn't feel. I want something with heft, you know, heft to it. I want to feel like I'm wearing something of quality, and I know it is high quality, but it's just lightweight, and it makes me think that it's not. It's crazy, you know, how one's mind works. But speaking of that, on a hardness scale, how much less durable or more durable is titanium than stainless steel? And not just the hardness scale, but what about resistance to the elements, like salt water? Does titanium corrode more easily than stainless steel? I mean, stainless steel is pretty much bomb-proof when it comes to corrosion. Again, unless you just put it in the ocean and let it sit in salt water for months, you know, you're probably gonna be okay. So, you know, that's a good question. Yeah, Polsky has no clue. He needs a scientist. And speaking of that, if any people with a scientific background are watching this, please tune in live tomorrow night, Friday night in the United States. Tune in to the Timepieces for Tomorrow live show, because we need to have a discussion, not just about wristwatches, but the materials that they are made of, and which materials are best and why. You know, I think that's a great, just an outstanding conversation to have. So, yeah. I'll remind everyone, you can always choose to super chat during these live shows. Helps me out a lot, because when I do these walk shows, you know, I work up an appetite, and then I want to eat something. So, you know, if you choose to super chat, again, not required, but you know, always appreciated. You can super chat during any of the live shows. If you want to become a channel member, I strongly encourage that. You can find the join link below, but at a minimum, heck, just subscribe, share with your friends, and you know, let's make this channel grow, man. You know, it's 100,000 subscribers isn't too far away. I'm ahead of Archibald Chesterfield III from a subscriber count perspective, and also a video view perspective. But I'm grossly behind AC3 from a super chat perspective. So that's an area for improvement. I acknowledge that. And you know, again, I'm not stealing AC3's leads. That's not my intent. I know a lot of people have, and a lot of people have made large sums of cash in a short period of time, but that's not how I do business. So I want to do it organically, and let's do that. You know, let's get this channel way past 100,000 subscribers. You know, let's get these super chats churning out more rapidly than AC3s, and then, you know, things will be awesome at that point, man. Definitely. Yep, without a doubt. So what other Polsky, do you have any tutors, or is that something you haven't thought about? There's arrows. It's kind of crazy, man. Well, my Apple Fitness tracker suggests that I have burned approximately 200 calories, which is nothing, taking into account the cheese dip that I'm about to enjoy. Cheese dip. So I'm going to burn a little bit more to just make that cheese dip. No, tutors haven't thought about it, but I'll be tuning in tomorrow to hear about it. No doubt. Polsky, I like to hear that, and appreciate all of your comments tonight. It's been entertaining, without a doubt. Got some coin review videos. Got a lot of coins. Reviewing those, trying to get some good 4K Ultra HD coin videos. Big, you know, another collectible. You know, people like coins. They like to talk about them and see the details. So, you know, that's another growing component of our Skies Adventure channel. And as a reminder, the Timepieces for Tomorrow merchandise is available, and you can find below any of my videos, or you can just go to timepiecesfortomorrow.com and click merch. Go to the merch store, merchandise store. You can find everything there as well. But it's yeah, it's some cool stuff. I got, you know, the Timepieces for Tomorrow merchandise, also the Irish Guys Adventure channel merchandise. So, you know, that's another thing that helps to promote the channel, because when people see you wearing that, they know you're a viewer. And then they also, if they don't know what it is, they may check it out and be like, oh, well, there's another channel subscriber. You know, so you get to purchase something that looks cool. It helps support the channel. It helps to grow the channel. You know, it's a win-win. And I tell you, the sweatshirt that I got, and I'll be wearing it during tomorrow night's live show. But it is nice, man. It feels soft, and the logo on the front, the Timepieces for Tomorrow logo, is just really, really good looking. It's, I mean, I tell you, people I use to design my merch, I mean, they're doing an exceptional job. The boat for your logo, when are you getting one like that? Well, I got to get, I think for that, probably once I hit, and I'm just ballparking this, but probably once I hit about 600,000 subscribers. Does that sound about right? What do you think? Because, you know, you don't just get the boat. You got to have the fuel. You got to fix it up on the inside, make it look nice. If you're buying secondhand, you got to clean it out, because the people that owned it before may not have taken care of it. You got to find a place to dock it. You know, with a boat like that, you couldn't just pull it behind your truck. You know, you'd have a place to dock it, and you'd want it to be docked in a desirable place, because you wouldn't want to go out on a boat like that in a boring lake or boring ocean. You know, you'd want to be able to roll up. I tell you, one of the places, you know, obviously the Virgin Islands is great, but one place that was cool. Which island are you docking at? Well, I don't know. You know, one of the cool places was the northern part of Cayman, Grand Cayman. A place called Rum Point. Every night, it never failed. All the boats would come in. They had all the lights on, LED lights. The water around them would glow, and they'd come in. These loud stereos just bumping and pull into the dock, and then just come in and eat and drink at the yacht club, and then that would last for a few hours, and they'd go about their way. So that was kind of a cool area to have a boat. You know, you can take it out and have a good choice of restaurant to pull up to, and you know, it's I don't know. You know, once I hit 600,000 subscribers, that Polsky, yeah. I mean, but I gotta get there, man. I gotta grow these subscribers. I mean, right now I'm not to 100,000 subscribers, so gotta get to 100,000. Then we gotta get, you know, past 600,000. I mean, you gotta churn the hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and then get into the nice boat territory. And again, that boat in the eyes of yachties is nothing, but for me, once I hit that milestone and get that boat, it'll be nice. You know, it'll be nice to go around and, you know, be able to sleep on the boat and that sort of stuff. So, but again, got to get the channel to at least to 600,000 subscribers, and then Captain Irish Guy will start some serious yacht searching. But let's get to 100,000 first. And that's only, let's see, I'm a little bit shy of 84,000 subscribers now, so it's not too far away. Let's see. Polsky says, you should do stock live streams. Stocks are blowing up in popularity, and you got a ton of viewers when you did it. I need to do that. And you know, it's good you said that, because as a test, what I want to do is do a live stream. Now, I know a lot of those viewers came because of a video I posted. Was it 2011? It was the same day in 2011, September the whatever. And people were saying I was like, you know, the penny stock Nostradamus, because I had predicted a certain market condition. You know, I had posted a video about what's called cellar boxing, CELLAR boxing. You know, basically a stock is stuck in the basement, stuck in the cellar, and it can't crawl out. And it was interesting that created so much buzz. But you're right. If I can get Hybrid Life, welcome aboard, sir. Super Collector Hybrid Life. Timepieces for tomorrow night. Timepieces for tomorrow night for sure. And what I'll do tonight, Hybrid Life, is send out the, I was talking to Polsky, and I'm sending out the, I'll be posting the link to the live stream on my YouTube channel tonight. So go ahead and set a reminder for that, and share with everyone you know. When the live show starts Friday night, I will do, you know, I'll post the link so you can join Skype, Skype. So if Trevor's available, anybody else out there watching that wants to join, it'd be awesome. I'd love to get a ton of people to talk about wristwatches. Yeah, okay, well, that Hybrid Life, that timeline will probably work about great. Yep, 9 p.m. Eastern, so I'll try to shoot maybe just a little bit after 9 p.m. That'd be great. Right after 9 p.m. New York City time. Polsky said the reason why your channel blew up from your 2011 video is because people are searching for YouTube for stock info. Yeah, you're right. And Polsky, you're on to something. I need to post a lot more entertaining stock videos, stock market videos. Again, all for entertainment purposes only. You know, I am not a financial advisor. You know, anything that I post is for entertainment purposes only. It is not a recommendation to buy or sell securities. So with that being said, I do need to post a lot more stock market videos. And that's another thing, Hybrid Life that just joined, the super collector, he's also a huge stock market multimillionaire. So, you know, being able to chat with him about stocks is something awesome. So yeah, we're going to do the timepieces for tomorrow live show tomorrow evening in the United States of America, and it'll be fun. Polsky says, stocks and watches travel go hand in hand because you take your stock profits and put them into the other two. No, you're right. No doubt, man. You know, it's those are, that's a great trilogy. It really is. Stocks, watches, and travel. Yeah, I mean, those are very closely linked. That's closely linked subject matter. It definitely is. So, and you know, that's not that I've done it to the degree that I've got to do it, but you know, I have had a lot of travel content, a lot of stock content, and wristwatch content. But I think you're right. I need to add a bunch of stock content because, you know, it's all about discoverability. You know, what are people searching for on Google? Google owns the world, man. There's no doubt about it. So if people are searching on Google, obviously Google owns YouTube. So if they're searching on Google or YouTube, if you can post content that people are looking for and want to see, then that's important, man. It really is. Super duper important. So I'm gonna work on that. Again, let's get this channel to 100,000 subscribers ASAP. But the big thing, like we were talking about earlier, I want to get past 600,000 so I can start looking for boats. Because that's a fun, let's just call it a fun travel accessory, you know, having a boat. Everyone looking into short squeeze stocks like GME, AMC, and others, no doubt. And I like the pink sheets, the bottom of the barrel, the bottom of the OTC markets, reverse merger plays. Yep, those are fun. Well, gentlemen, I'm going to send that invite out this evening for tomorrow night. So be sure to tune in tomorrow night for timepieces for tomorrow live show. And if you want to be on, you don't have to be face on video. You can do audio only. I will post at the start of the show the link to join on Skype. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I look forward to the conversations. And I will see everybody Friday evening. Polsky, have a good one. Hybrid Life, have a good one. Everyone else that was quiet, y'all have a good one too. See you later.